News: Pelosi brought Trump to his knees. Opinion. Although picking winners and losers in politics is always tricky, there is a clear-cut case to be made that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi just completed a masterful political strategy that brought Trump to his knees. The president is gone. Trump leaves the budget battle without getting what he wanted, badly damaged with the electorate, including among some Republican voters, and with the first cracks having emerged among congressional Republicans. This was not how did Pelosi do it? What were the basics? The most important factor was that Pelosi did not hesitate to use her political power aggressively. From the start while sometimes Democrats become leery about seeming too partisan and not being civil enough, Pelosi and the Democrats stood their ground. She drew a line when Trump tried to ignore her first letter about the State of the Union address. She was quick to send a second one with a direct message that he would not be allowed to speak if the doors of government were shut. Institutional. Pelosi also did a good job keeping almost every Democrat in line. She ruled the court. Not only did she do this with the House, but she also worked closely with Senate Minority Leader Charles Schumer to make sure that members held in the upper chamber. Other than with adjournment, in a refreshing manner, Pelosi also refused to give in to the chaotic frenzy of the Trump White House. The strategy was, since that meeting, his statements and misstatements, as well as those of his tenured advisors, only hurt the administration's cause. Rather than jumping, the Speaker also understood something that Democrats often forget: a meritocracy government. While polls this is the dynamic that is usually at work with government shutdowns. As the pain of having many new members of the House were uncertain about voting for Pelosi to be their leader, she quickly